will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Storytime. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Friday. Yeah, it is Friday. Thank you indeed for joining us, and I hope that you are doing well wherever you are today. And I hope that you've had a great time so far, and I hope that Storytime adds on the beautiful layers to your day. Thank you indeed for joining us here on Storytime. As always, let us know where you're joining in from. If anybody else is joining in with you, well, let them know we say hi. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime, and we bring back another sweet, amazing book coming to us from Sarah Jacoby, written and illustrated by Sarah Jacoby, and it'll be another one coming to us from Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime, coming to you live from out here in Moraga, California. Thank you indeed for being here, and I hope that you are doing well. Thank you. Please let us know, are there any books that you'd like to see or hear read here on Storytime? So please send those my way, and we'll definitely try and get them here, permissions granting, of course. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. And this one, just illustrations beautiful, stories beautiful, and like I mentioned yesterday, great reminder really to take advantage of the time that we have right now and enjoy it with those loved ones, with those friends, and everybody else out there that of course you want, that gives you the right kind of energy, right? Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Good morning to you, Saraya. How are you doing from out there in Oakland? Thank you so much for joining us. Good to see you. And happy Friday. The week is almost over. You can sleep in a little bit longer tomorrow. Good morning to you, Sharon Nungo. How are you doing today? Good to see you. Thank you for being here with us, and I hope that you're ready for our story today, Forever or a Day. Yes, indeed, coming to us from Sarah Jacoby. And I think today's the first time I did not get the urge to say forever and a day. It's forever or a day, coming to us from Sarah Jacoby and Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you for being here. And of course, too, please, if you're here live, let us know you're here so we can say hi to you right now. And if you're joining us later on for the recordings, thank you so much for joining in. You can always leave us a message, and I'll try and get back to that as soon as possible. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Good morning to you, Kathy, out there in sunny Ohio today. Thank you for being here. And of course, Luna, sending you lots and lots of love out there in Ohio. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Are you ready for our story? I am, and cannot wait. So let's get ready, get comfortable, get cozy, and get started with our story for today. Thank you indeed for joining in Storytime. And glad you're here, and glad you've chosen to spend some time here with us this morning. I'll be right back after this very short break with our story for today, Forever or a Day. I'll see you in a little bit.
Hey, this is Timothy Goodspeed of the Soapbox Salute. I'm the one who wrote Storytime's theme song. If you'd like to hear more of my protest folk music, you can check out the links below on Instagram or at my website. You are watching Storytime with Mr. Limata.
Welcome back. Yes, indeed, we're here. Storytime is here just for you. Thank you for making this community what it is. And so if you find yourself humming along to the Storytime tune, the Storytime theme song every now and then at odd times of the day and cannot get it out of your head, you know who to blame. The Soapbox Salute, Tim Dixon. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Forever or a Day is our story for today. And this one is written by Sarah Jacoby, written and illustrated by Sarah Jacoby. And we are reading it with permission of the publishers Chronicle Books of San Francisco, who, by the way, have their new catalog, their spring catalog. And beyond me, of course, out of camera line, but beyond me is a box of some of the spring catalog that has arrived, and I'm excited to share. I've been going through them and just excited, creating some themes around which ones got together for which weeks, but yeah, excited for that. So stay tuned. You'll be seeing those very, very shortly here on Storytime. And of course, once you hear those titles, go ask for them at your local library. They're there for you. They're your resources. Use them, use them, use them. All right, here we go with our book for today, Forever or a Day. And this is one of those too. I mean, the illustrations are just stunning, those colors, right? And this is one of those that look at that. I know. Isn't it pretty? Yeah. All right. So we get started with our story. Look at that. And how about that? Phases of the moon. Luna. I was actually thinking just now, I see that truck, newspaper truck, and I realized I didn't see them. Usually I come across a mail truck on the way in, but I didn't see one today. Where are you, mailman? Or mail person? Where are you? Forever or a Day. Written and illustrated by Sarah Jacoby and read with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. If you look closely, you can see it. You can almost touch it. Yeah. If you look closely, you can see it. You can almost touch it. Yeah. It can be precise, like pouring the first cup of tea or picking the perfect shoe. Yeah, that can be hard at times, right? But it can be precise, like pouring the first cup of tea or picking the perfect shoe. It's especially clear when you're late. Felt that today too. It's especially clear when you are late. Some people pay a lot of attention to it, and some don't. Just move on along. Yeah, some people pay a lot of attention to it. Some don't. Which one are you? Sometimes it's far, far away, like when you will be old, gazing out at the sea. Yeah. Sometimes it's far, far away, like when you will be old, gazing out at the sea. Yeah. It's a drum beat. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. it is a drum beat. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Yeah. Is this what forever feels like? Yeah, it is a drum beat. Is this what forever feels like? Sometimes it helps the bus arrive. Sometimes it doesn't. Yeah. Sometimes it helps the bus arrive. And sometimes it doesn't. Oh, yeah. Been there. Can you relate? Perhaps it is the twitch of a whisker. Oh, a wildly wagging tail, as quick as a heartbeat skip. Hello. Yeah, perhaps it is the twitch of a whisker, or a wildly wagging tail, as quick as a heartbeat skip. Hello. Yeah. Aw. The more you try to hold it, the better it hides. Where does it go? Yeah. The more you try to hold it, the better it hides. Where does it go? Yeah. Where does it go indeed? Can we stay longer? Of course. Enjoy the moment. Can we stay longer? Just a little bit longer. Perhaps it is a ghost. It can come and go, and you never even notice it was there. Perhaps. Yeah. Where does it go? Can we stay a little longer? Perhaps it is a ghost. It can come and go, and you never even notice it was there. Yeah. Ah, I love this spread. Yeah. If you do get this book from your local library or wherever else you get books, just be sure to just enjoy it. The illustrations are fantastic. They're amazing. I've shut my eyes, gone to sleep, stared at the sun, run backward really fast, but it keeps going. You cannot hold it. You cannot give it to someone in exchange for a snack. Uh-uh. We've only got what we've got. Yeah. I know, right, Kathy? That's just beautiful. I've shut my eyes, gone to sleep, stared at the sun, run backward really fast, but it keeps going. You cannot hold it. You cannot give it to someone in exchange for a snack. We've only got what we've got. Yeah. We've only got what we've got. Whether it's a drum beat, ba-dum, 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 a whisker twitch, lost or found. Yeah, we've only got what we've got. Whether it's a drum beat, a whisker twitch, lost or found. I love the time I have with you. Yeah. Yeah. Let the people in your life know, right? Well, especially if you do enjoy the time with them. I love the time I have with you. Let's make the most of it. We've only got what we've got. Yeah. Ah, and that is the end of our story. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. I hope you enjoyed this lovely, lovely book. Sweet book indeed, coming to us from Sarah Jacoby. And of course, we're reading it with permission of the publishers Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you enjoyed it. I most certainly did. Forever or a Day, written and illustrated by Sarah Jacoby, and of course coming to us from Chronicle Books of San Francisco. And I think, Kathy, you put it right. Absolutely beautiful, stunningly beautiful, and yeah, illustrations and the story and message in there as well. Thank you so much for joining in. I will see you on the other side of this very short break when we are back with more story time. Thank you for joining in Story Time today.
Hi, friends. I'm Marietta Apollonio, the author and illustrator of Jack the Library Cat, and you are watching my family's favorite Story Time with Mr. Limata. Bye!
Marietta Apollonia out there in Harvard, Massachusetts. Thank you so much for the lovely message. And of course, congratulations on all the amazing books that you keep putting on out. And of course, if you missed the conversation I had with Marietta for both of her books, actually, Jack the Library Cat, she was here. And then when, oh my goodness, what's the Wombat book? I'm blanking on the full title right now, but her second book, and she was here as well on Storytime and had great conversation. And that conversation has been replayed a few times on the Storytime platform. So if you can, storytimewithmisslimata.com, Storytime with Miss Limata on Facebook and YouTube. And of course, you can always follow us on Instagram as well. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And yeah, think of that special someone today. Who is it that you'd like to reach out? Who is it that you need to take advantage of the time that you've got? Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. And like I mentioned yesterday, bringing this one back, particularly as a dedication to my friend Matthew, who passed unfortunately this past week. And yeah, just great memories. I've found myself thinking of all the great times we spent together, laughs, jokes, everything on the soccer field together. So many memories. And yeah, that's what I've got right now. But I appreciate the time that we got to spend together. And yeah, take those moments. Don't let them slip by. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Wishing everybody who's joined in a wonderful Friday, and of course wonderful weekend as well. Hopefully it is one that goes to just as you desire it. But of course too, we know there are bumps here and there. Hopefully you can just ride them along and just navigate, and see you on Monday with a big smile. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Biggest of hugs to each and every one of you. Soraya, thank you for joining us out there in Oakland. Sharon Lungo, thank you for being here as well. Kathy, out there in Ohio, where it is sunny today. Well, enjoy it. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. And yeah, remember, check in on a loved one. A little message, a little call can go a long way indeed. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. And of course, February too is almost out. Can you believe that? That is insane. 2025 February gone. So we're getting ready for March, and we kick that off tomorrow. And I think March 12th is Youth Day, yeah, right? World Youth Day. So we'll be celebrating even more here on Storytime. Biggest of hugs. And I will see you again tomorrow when we're back. No, tomorrow. Nope. Tomorrow, though, if you do want Storytime, storytimewithmisslimata.com, Storytime with Miss Limata on Facebook and YouTube. But I will be back here on Monday. Thank you so much for joining in. Biggest of hugs. And before I go, just a reminder, too, that our friend Pamela Courtney has her brand new book coming out on May 20th. May 20th. Do not miss that. May 20th. Ask for this book at your local library and get to stock it. And of course, too, if you're able, pre-order that book wherever you get books. Maybe find that local bookstore that needs your support. Yes, ask for that. And yeah, looking for a gift? Wow. Here we go. A season for fishing, a fish fry tradition. Pamela Courtney, Tony D. Chambers. And we know this one is being published by Macmillan. Yes, Farah, Strauss, and Giroux. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Have yourselves a wonderful day. And if you're still around as we roll on out, please enjoy the image of cherry blossoms that I got to see out there in Mendocino, California. So if you're ever out and about and you take a picture, snap a picture, share it with me. And of course, with your permission, if it is one that we can use for our background. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Laurie May, I see you. Biggest of hugs. Thank you for joining in. Congratulations on the test you just passed. And of course, just good to see you here. Thank you. And of course, Laurie May, if the name sounds familiar, well, she's written us the stunningly beautiful book, Marion and Her Very Bright Star. I love that book. You know, it is up there in the top 5 of my all-time favorite books. So yeah, there you go, Laurie May. Thank you for joining us, and of course, love to the family. Thank you for being here. This has been Storytime today, and we will see you again on Monday with another story, another amazing story. Who knows? It might be the new ones from the Chronicle Books spring catalog. Thank you so much for being here, Laurie. Good to see you. Have a lot of fun out there in Virginia. Biggest of hugs, and I'll see you again on Monday. Bye-bye.
Story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely. Won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely. Won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. Far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Read me all of your stories. Read me all of your stories. Some with people who look like me, others very different from the way that I look and think. Read me all of your stories. Read me all of your stories. Some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Story time. Ooh. Story time. Story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely. Won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to hear it.